But off the field, student athletes are being provided opportunities that go beyond their sport. Isn't that right, Princeton?
Couldn't have said it better myself.
In 2021, the Green Wave finished with an abysmal 2-10 record. This marked the 15th season in a span of 20 years where Tulane University's football program finished below 500. However, since the introduction of name, image, and likeness, Tulane University's athletic department has since found themselves experiencing notable success. However, some people say blowing up on social media like Trace did is chalked up to pure luck. Don't worry, Waldo and his friends were released by police after a short interrogation process, and they were allowed to continue rooting as their heart desires. Only if they relocated somewhere else in the stadium. But it shouldn't be too hard to find them. Kim Mulkey secured her 100th win as the head coach for LSU. Mulkey is the quickest to accomplish this feat in LSU women's basketball history.
You know, some games you might feel a little butterflies, you know, some big games, but honestly, once you get that first hit, you just turn on.
Say hello to Harlem Berry. Ranked as the #1 high school running back in the nation, soon he'll be rocking the purple and gold. He's the highest rated running back in Louisiana since Leonard Fournette.
Obviously, I'm not a Leonard Fournette type of back, but when you watch me, you're going to see me make a lot of people miss. A lot of speed, a lot of acceleration, just a lot of agility, and I'm gonna put a highlight tape for you, and I'm gonna make you become an LSU fan. You're gonna love what you see, and you're gonna like it. So you're gonna root for us.
In January, Berry will be enrolling into LSU early. This 5-star running back understands fans' expectations for his athleticism, but Berry remains unfazed.
The only person I gotta prove something to is to myself. And honestly, you know, when I go to LSU, I just plan on to do me. You know, go win a Heisman, go be the great player that I know I am. You know, just go ball out.
Berry wants to grow as a player, but more importantly, as a man.
Just being more mature as a man, you know, taking on things to my accountability myself, because I'm not going to have my parents there telling me what to do, telling me to pick up this and that. You know, I'm going to be on my own. But as far as a player, you know, I'm going to have to pick up some pounds a little bit to play in that SEC. But, you know, I'm going to still try to, not too much because I still want to be that electric guy, but just pick up a little bit more pounds.
As one of the best running backs in the country, Berry understands there will still be doubters of his play style.
I mean, honestly, I look at things like that and I'm like, I know what I could do. I perform naturally against top prospects. I've been to camps, high-rated camps and everything, so I've done what I need to do.
Throughout his football career, Berry's parents have pushed him to be successful both on and off the field. In his eyes, family means everything.
Besides God, family is the number one priority for me. I'm really close with my mom, really close with my dad, really close with all my family realistically. And just being close to them and having them by my side and having them on my back, you know, it just would mean something to me.
The St. Martin Saints had a commanding 36-17 win tonight, with Harlem Berry having a sneaky 138 yards rushing to also go with 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. Don't forget the name, Harlem Berry.
With Super Bowl 59 making its way to New Orleans, more individuals are being introduced to the sports gambling industry. While the sports gambling market is projected to reach an estimated $78 billion in revenue this year, LSU kinesiology PhD student King Saw believes that sports gambling companies are taking advantage of new bettors.
So one of the things that we talk about when we talk about cultural problems, well, we have a lot of young people are really engaged in gambling. It becomes this sort of addiction. If you look at back in the day, you had to go to Vegas to gamble, or you had to go to like Atlantic City. You had to go to certain places to really gamble. I mean, people still do that, right?
Through a seismic shift to online sports books, the development of sports gambling apps offers a plethora of ways for individuals to wager money on sporting events in a matter of seconds.
But when the bet ultimately doesn't hit, that's your money right down the drain.
And I've seen guys that lost a lot of money really go into depression. Pretty sure it happens where people like commit a suicide, right? They have lost everything through gambling. So there's a strong psychological effect on that.
According to a 2024 study conducted by Science Direct, due to the national expansion of sports gambling, 31% of people with sports gambling disorders have contemplated suicide. When approaching this serious matter, MLB Network and NBA TV sports betting analyst Ariel Epstein proposes a unique proposition for those fighting with this addiction.
I have a friend, he wasn't good at betting. And he thought he would be because he's really good at the stock market and really good at crypto. He put a ban on himself. He called the sports book and he was like, I want to place a 1-year ban on myself. And you can do that. And once you place that ban, they will not you can't do anything to overturn it.
With the introduction of self-exclusion programs in 2023, people recovering from sports gambling addiction now have the opportunity to take control. The double life of a student athlete.
So I remember there was a Friday where we had a game and I had to take the ACT the next day. So that was a big part where like just time management came in, like just studying for the ACT before the game.
Freshman guard Jada Richard knows a thing or two about balling off the court. Last year, Richard was the valedictorian of her high school class. To boast a 4.08 GPA, sacrifices had to be made in the process.
I definitely had to give up a lot of time with my friends, even time with family. I mean, like people asked me to go to parties, homecoming. I didn't go to homecoming freshman year, sophomore year, so just a lot of time for sure, just giving into this game and then also my books.
And with finishing at the top of her class, Richard is no stranger to accomplishing impressive feats. On the basketball court, you could say she's a student of the game. In one of her high school doubleheaders, Richard finished with 107 points. And she's not sorry about it either.
It was a crazy chain of events. My teammates all had got like COVID at around like the same time, so everyone wasn't feeling well. And I was the only one that really like could go really, so I'm a winner at heart and I'm a competitor, so I really just had to find a way to win, and whatever it took that day, I guess it took 107 points.
With being the only freshman on the star-studded roster, head coach Kim Mulkey sees potential.
Jada is a young lady that when you go to practice, you enjoy going to practice because you know she's got basketball IQ. She's a winner. She's won all those state championships in high school. She's still a freshman. And so we have to be careful on what we expect her to do.
And she's ready for this challenge.
I think patience is a thing that has been the biggest challenge since coming to college. I have started like all 4 years of high school, so it's definitely a big difference, but I kind of want to challenge myself, like even though I have started all 4 years of high school, like to learn something different, and I feel like that's just a testament to my character.
Expect there to be opportunities. For Tiger TV, I'm Christian Gladney. Unbeknownst to LSU junior forward, disaster was only moments away.
Like with any injury, the more you sit down, like you got time to swell, you get time to settle in, so I'm like, I gotta get up and walk. And as I try to walk, it felt like my leg wasn't attached no more. So that's when I told him at half court, pick me up, I can't walk. And then that's when I knew like it is serious.
Jalen Reed's basketball season came to an abrupt end. Facing an approximate 10-month recovery window, Reed remains optimistic that fans will see him return to his former level of performance.
It can only make you better as a player and also as a man, you know, going through something like this. 11-6 is nice, and you know, I had a decent showing before I got hurt, but I think I still got more to show, and I'm definitely excited to show that to the people when I get back out there.
While the Tigers lost a perennial starter, head coach Matt McMahon remains astonished with how Reed has handled both the physical and mental challenges.
How he's handling the adversity of it, you know, always try and put it in perspective. You know, for a guy who for 20 years has worked toward this goal, he gets off to a great start. He had an unbelievable offseason, and then to have it all taken away from you, not to mention having to go through a major surgery.
With welcoming 5 freshmen and 4 transfers to this season's roster, Reed has developed special relationships with his new teammates. Ranging from bringing him groceries to being his personal chauffeur, Reed has realized that these friendships go beyond the game of basketball.
I even had one teammate clean my room one time, bro. So just endless love and support from my teammates, and even people who aren't on the team, like Tyrell Ward, who ain't with us anymore, but still my roommate, taking care of me, getting food for me. So it's a brotherhood for sure.
Facing an intimidating road back to the court, one question arises.
I mean, if you're not willing to do what it takes to come back and put that work in again, then what was the point of putting in the work in the first place?